Okay, let's look at the 7-year Shemitah cycles for a minute, okay? As we know, 1988 to 1994 was a Shemitah year. 2001 was a Shemitah year. 2008, 2015. How many of you know the Shemitah cycles go in order? Okay? God is not random. He doesn't go like this. Okay, this one's going to kind of fall in here somewhere, and maybe this will fall here, and the next one will fall there. Okay, that's not how he does it, is it? How many of you know 8 follows 7? Okay, right. So let's look at this for a minute. Here was a Shemitah cycle. So you only realize this, it only comes to you when you're on God's calendar. Then comes the next Shemitah cycle. Just like there's 7 days in a week, but it's 1 week. There's 7 years in a Shemitah cycle, but it's 1 Shemitah cycle. Okay, then we have the next week. All right? And then we go on. But if you remember in 1994, which was the 7th year of a Shemitah cycle, this is when the comet Shoemaker-Levy pummeled Jupiter. Okay? That was a Shemitah year, a year of judgment. This event happened on the 9th of Av, a day of judgment, that weekend, when the temple was destroyed. The Torah portion was Devarim, which means these are my words. These are the words of the Lord. God was trying to tell everybody by hitting Jupiter on the 9th of Av in that Shemitah year that I believe when the 21 fragments hit, 7 times 3 is 21. I believe God was saying the next 3 Shemitah cycles in the Shemitah year will be a year of judgment. And so what do we have? 2001 is strike 1. The Dow fell 7%. 2008, strike 2. The Dow fell 7%. Okay, this brings us to this year. 2014 is the end. We're about to begin the 2015 cycle, which could be our 3rd strike. And then, of course, we have the next Shemitah cycle, and we have the next Shemitah cycle, right? Well, now I would like to deliver a bombshell of biblical proportions. Everyone needs to understand the prophetic time clock and the prophetic calendar of the days we are living in, which is why I wrote the book on blood moons and produced the Shemitah calendar that we have available that starts here in a week and a half on Rosh Hashanah. Now, for the most part, theologians agree that the tribulation is 7 years long. What I am proposing is this. So let's take a look here. The tribulation, which is 1 week of 7 years, it will not be inserted randomly in time, but the first year will begin in the first year of the Shemitah cycle. So, the tribulation is not going to fall randomly in the middle somewhere. The first year of the tribulation will be the first year of a Shemitah year. Okay? So, the tribulation could start next fall on Rosh Hashanah, which is the first year of a Shemitah cycle. If it does not, then it cannot start for another 7 years. Are you getting this? I am not saying the Lord is returning next fall. I am not saying the rapture is going to take place next fall. I want to make sure you understand what I'm not saying is what I am saying. All I'm saying is this. This is the no duh. The 7-year tribulation is a 7-year cycle of a Shemitah year, and the first year of the tribulation has to begin in the first year of the Shemitah cycle because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then what comes? 1. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. The 1 week left of Daniel's week is a Shemitah cycle week. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, regardless of where you want to put us on God's timeline, the 7-year tribulation is part of that timeline and will happen as a part of the 7-year Shemitah cycle. This is just a continuation of God's orderly time clock. So if you believe we're living in the last days, I am saying we will know more definitely next year when we have the super blood moon for the first time in all of history that appears in Jerusalem in the 7th month of a biblical calendar at the end of the 7th year, kicking off the first year of the new 7-year cycle. This is not a Y2K theory based on the solar pagan calendar. It's not based on the pagan Mayan calendar. This is based on the calendar the Creator gave us to give us warnings of things to come, as I presented in the book on blood moons. So here, we have, these things are happening here. And then what's interesting is this, do you know, 1916, 17, I believe was the Balfour Declaration, talking about Israel should return to the land. 7 Shemitah cycles later, Shemitah cycles later takes you to 1967 when they recaptured Jerusalem. 50 years later takes you to this 2016, 2017, 7 Shemitahs. All right, so the tribulation, there's a good chance it could begin. We have 1 year to prepare. To get mentally prepared, physically prepared, spiritually prepared. I'm not saying the tribulation is starting next year, because it could, but the thing is, if it doesn't, it can't start for 7 more years. But this next year is going to be one heck of a dry run. But do you get what I'm trying to say? That it's going to be based on the Shemitah cycle. Next fall begins the next 7-year cycle.